Hi everybody, it's your girl Deborah from Let's Get Real About Mental Health. Today I am going to talk about the my experience with actually posting the video that I did, my welcome video. It caused me so much anxiety, and I even dealt with a few like flashback type issues about posting it. So I'm gonna share that experience with you, and I'm gonna also let you know how I actually got through it. So yeah, I had the video done for 2 days. My channel was up and ready to go, and I just could not bring myself to post it and during those 2 days. And the reason that I couldn't is because I was starting to have a lot of what my anxiety is based in is not being good enough, looking stupid, having people be cruel and mean to me, pointing out points that look, who does she think she is? She's this, and this, and she's nothing but this old woman, fat old woman, thinking she can share this kind of stuff and be helpful to somebody. Who does she think she is? Those are actually thoughts that were going through my head at that time. And then and as you can tell, like my insecurities that cause anxieties are also stemming from some issues in my childhood that caused me PTSD. So we'll talk about the whole PTSD thing in another video. But yeah, so I started thinking, okay, I'm going to post this. I'm going to do this. I've been talking about doing it for probably the better part of a year. And, I was just kept putting it off. So as I finished up the video, and I had like 3 or 4 people look at it and tell me what they thought so I could improve things or what have you, I started just hearing these little voices in the back of my head. And even when I couldn't sleep because of it. And in the back of my head, I was hearing, you're not good enough. What are you thinking? You're just a girl. You can't deal with this. Now, mind you, I am medicated. So I did first thing I did was I upped my dose of my anti-anxiety medicine, which is allowed for when I have those anxious moments. So I am on Atarax for my anxiety. And so it still didn't work. And then I started having bad dreams about it. I was dreaming about the incidences that caused me to have all these feelings. And it got to the point where I was literally waking up screaming, I am good enough, I can do this, much to my husband's dismay, I'm sure, because I woke him up a couple of times. But then, like, the next day I would start with the same resolve. Okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be okay. And then again, the anxiety would just reach in and just take a hold. And it was on the second day, it was so bad that like I was literally in what I call a hurricane of my anxieties. And my brain looked a lot like that of a hurricane, just that whirling motion and the high winds just going 1,000 miles an hour, and you can't even stop. And you're hearing your little inner bitch go, you're not good enough. And then you're like, well, what about this? And what about this? And what about that? And then God, this. And you can't even grasp a full, complete thought because your brain's going so rapidly. At that point, and I'm not saying everybody should do what I do, but at that point, I had to take some CBDs. And I live in Beaverton, Oregon, where marijuana is absolutely legal. So I had to take some CBDs to try to calm down my mind. And it did help immensely. So when I started doing that, I just started looking back. I started calming down, going, okay, this is going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. I talked to my husband. I'm like, why can I not get past this? Why can I not walk ahead of, some of my abuser? Why can't I get ahead of those thoughts? Why can't I get past the insecurities that have been ingrained in me since childhood? And we made a really good thought process with the help of a meditation that I am going to put a link on my channel. And during that meditation that I tried, I just remember hearing, and let me preface this by saying, normally I cannot do meditation because I cannot sit still long enough. I just can't. So when I say meditate, I mean I'm doing something and listening, because I can't sit still. I can't be in that calm, zen, mindful place that they want you to be in. I just don't have it in me at this point in my life. So I listen to them while I'm doing the dishes, or I'm doing some art, or, you know, maybe I'm doing laundry. Whatever the task is at that time, I listen to meditations if I can, you know, to help my anxiety come down. And this particular meditation was, a line that was said was, remember that you cannot correct everyone else's mistakes. You are not responsible for everyone else's actions. You can only control what you do. And you have to remember to always treat yourself with love and kindness. The criticism is coming from a totally different place, and it's not something that you have control of, because those actions were done to you. So to prevent them from having any power, you have to take back my self-love. I have to take back my ability to love myself and give myself a break and know that I've done the very best that I can, and be happy with that, because I'm not perfect. So after listening to that, probably, it was only like a 10-minute meditation. So I must have listened to it 4 or 5 times, you know, throughout the day. And, you know, I don't know. I mean, the message is excellent, but the person who delivers it is also so excellent in her tone, in the way she delivers things. I honestly felt myself completely relaxing for the first time in a couple of days. And so what broke my anxiety cycle on that particular day was that I took the CBD, which helped a lot, and then I listened to that meditation throughout the rest of my day, and I was actually able to calm down. And I was able to make the decision, okay, if you really aren't ready and it's causing you this much anxiety, then don't post it. Forget it. It's not a big deal. Well, what happened then was that I got mad. I'm like, no, it is worth it. I want to help people. I want to share my experiences so that I can get myself out there and maybe make a difference in one person's life a day, or even one person's life ever, and it would be totally worth it. So as I noticed my reaction, which was to get mad at myself, I'm like, wait a minute. You're getting mad at yourself. And the thing I needed to ask myself in that moment was, can I control what I'm feeling? Is what I'm feeling something that is within my control? And the answer was yes. So I promptly went and posted that thing, and almost threw up, but I did it. And I'm so glad I did. After I did it, and the initials, oh goodness, is anybody gonna like it? Well, big shout out to all my friends and family. Thank you so much for watching it. Thank you for giving me the wonderful comments, the feedbacks. You know, I got some really good ideas for some future shows. And when I get comments at this point, since I can't do a call-in yet, I'm gonna share the comments that people have put out there for me. I'd like to give a really special shout out right now to my sister Ann, because the words that came out of her mouth were, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for doing this. That brought me so much comfort and so much loving feelings that I was like, I am doing the absolute right thing, and I did the right thing by me. Now, it's time to be real. Get some real facts right here. After I posted it, I went and had a few beers. I'm gonna be honest. I did. And I know what they say, alcohol is not the best way to deal with an anxious situation. It might help you initially, but in the long run, it does harm you. But yeah, I actually was celebrating. And I was celebrating saying, I finally stood up and did something for myself. And it's not something that I'm very good at doing. So I enjoyed those beers. And, well, actually, let's be honest, it wasn't a beer, it was a White Claw. So I enjoyed what I like to refer to as lolly water. I enjoyed my lolly water. I enjoyed my little bit of a buzz that I got, and I was able to go to bed with a smile on my face for the first time in 2 days. So what I'd like you guys to do today, if you can, please, please, please share your story of anxiety. Share your coping mechanism. What did you do? What do you do? Was this video helpful at all? I want to hear that kind of feedback so that I can share it with other people. Okay, that's the whole idea of this channel, is to put ourselves out there so that we can make a difference in one person's life. So with that being said, I'm going to wind this up because this is probably the longest video I've ever done. And I'm going to just remind you to love yourselves and always, always be kind to yourself.